Okay, for this learning resource, I'm going to give you a couple of tips or suggestions for how you can make your work neater, more presentable, on the assumption that readers and markers of your work prefer it if your work is neatly presented. It kind of gives a nice professional aspect to your work if it's neatly presented. So check this out, this little tip, okay? So there's my cover page, there's my title, look up there, it's heading 1, okay? So I'm using the headings in Microsoft Word. There's the university logo, there's my plagiarism declaration, over there, name, date. The referencing system I use is Zotero, it's automated referencing system, referencing style, Chicago Manual of Style, and my word count. Okay. So there's my table of contents, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these soon. So look at this paragraph, right? This is my introduction. So this is the first thing, presumably, that the marker is going to read. Okay, now what do you notice about this? So my screen, you see down here, it's on 110%. Let's even make it bigger. So what do you notice about this? Well, I mean, look, it looks kind of a little bit challenging to read, don't you think? I mean, the lines are very close together. It doesn't look terribly neat. It looks like a bit of a mission to read this thing. So how could we make this better? Alright, so highlight, you justify, okay, so look, that looks neater, right? Unjustified, justified, the latter is neater. Change your line spacing, okay. I usually go for either 1.5 or 1.15, but 1.5 is nice. Look how much easier that is to read as opposed to that, okay. Much easier to read. So we can do the same over here, just quickly do it again. Justify, so that you see what happens there. This will come to, these will be aligned at the sides. Justify, and then increase our line spacing to 1.5. Okay, so I mean that's just a very simple thing you can do to make your work look neater. Now, look at these headings, right? So if I click on there, look, I've actually used heading 2, okay? So heading 1 was the title, and I'm using heading 2 for my introduction because that's a major component of the essay. Design-based research approach, also heading 2. And then let's scroll down. So now I've got a figure, okay? This is my figure where I'm using Reeves, it's design-based research cycle. So now I've gone to heading 6 because it's a figure. I want it to be distinct from my main section headings. Okay, heading 2, analysis of practical problems by researchers and practitioners in collaboration. And now this is a subheading, so now I've gone to heading 3. Okay, so I would encourage you to use these headings. Now check this out. So this is my table of contents. Now I'm going to delete this because I want to show you how to make one. So remember what I was saying there about the different headings and sentence and subheadings. Remember, I'm using these guys up here. It's on the home toolbar of Microsoft Word. Okay, so I'm taking away my table of contents. Okay, now I want to add in a table of contents. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So I go to References. Okay, table of contents here on the left. Now the only reason I can make a table of contents is because I've been using these headings, so bear that in mind. Remember, I was on the home screen, and then if I was using a heading, that's heading 2, main title of the paper was heading 1. Okay, so I click there, that's where I want my table of contents to go. I go References, because I'm going to use my table of contents to refer to parts of my paper. It's just saving there. Okay, so you can select either one of these. I use the automatic ones, it's just easier, I find. And there we go. Look at that very neat table of contents. So I've got my main heading there, Galvanizing Face Discussions in the Economic History Seminars, a Design-Based Research Approach, which is my title. Look. Heading 1. And then I've got my introduction, which is, you see, it's a level down, design-based research, and then check. So for these, so for this one, analysis of the problem, practical problems by researchers and practitioners in collaboration, that's also heading 2, and then the subheadings I've used as heading 3. Okay, so check how, so what's nice about these table of contents is they look really neat, and also your reader can get to the sections of your paper really quickly. So now I'm pushing Control, click, takes me right there. Okay, so check, that's heading 2, heading 3. So that's all I actually wanted to show you guys today. It's super easy to do that, as you can see. You use your headings, go to references, insert a table of context where you want it to be, and then the other thing I showed you was how to make your paragraphs look neat. So just to show you again, look how easy this is. That bad spacing, look how horrible that is to read. Compare it to that. Much more reader friendly, much easier to read your work. Okay guys, good luck for your papers, and please check out the other videos in the channel.